Yeah, that probably helped me out just a little bit. Oh, or that. There we go.
All right.
No, and the stream just came up too.
Okay. Oh, is it live?
Yeah, it's live right now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Tuesday here at the Redline Racing League. This week, coming to you live from Las Vegas, and I got Mark McAtack up in the booth with me right now, ready to get the running order set.
Alrighty. Well, Rich, how you doing tonight, bud?
Doing good, buddy.
Awesome. Well, it's a very short field tonight. Definitely the shortest of the season, and probably will be the shortest we have all season. So, we only got 11 drivers tonight, but here is the starting lineup. Myself, Mark McAtack in the 22, will be leading the field to green. Starting second will be Chief TP in the 9 car. Rolling off third, we got 19mm in the 78. Rolling off fourth, we got P. Fulton in the 18. Rounding out the top 5, we got Cole Trickle in the 19. Rolling off 6, we got JRC Indy in the 38. 7th, we got SDR J White 420 in the 16 car. 8th, we got Hootie Hoo in the 99. 9th, we got Slingshot. And then team starting 10th, who didn't qualify, and Hoosier had a problem in qualifying. He lagged out, so he's going to be starting from the rear, so in the 12 car. So we got, again, 11 cars tonight. I also did want to really quickly announce that there had been a couple suspensions handed out after last week's race at Watkins Glen. Garv 38M, who drives the 15, is serving a 1-race suspension, and Copenhagen, who drives the 24, is serving a multiple race suspension, and there'll actually be 3 races. So those 2 will not be here this week. Garv will be back next week, and then Copenhagen will be back a couple weeks after. And then had a lot of people missing tonight anyways, so
I was going to say, do you want to go over the points loss as well?
Garv had a minus 25 deduction, driver points, and Copenhagen has a minus 75, or a loss of 75 points deducted to his total. So big loss is definitely not something that we wanted to do, but something that we felt like needed to happen after last week's driving. So unfortunate. First time I've ever had to do that as a league owner, but sometimes, as a league owner, you got to put your foot down and say enough's enough. So it is what it is, but we'll all move on. They'll be back racing with us shortly, and they understand it and understand why it happened, and they're ready to get back racing, I know. So I should have hopefully pretty much a full field next week, so looking forward to that. But should be a good race tonight at Las Vegas, nonetheless, with the field that we have. So, I believe that's all I have. So,
Perfect.
All right, we're gonna go green here.
Awesome.
I'll let you know, man.
Yes, sir. And that was your league owner, Mark McAtack. And yes, you did hear correct. There were penalties handed out. We went over that. Definitely, I gotta say, things that needed to happen, in my honest opinion. Some definite egregious mistakes made, and I can honestly say it was just an off day last week. Not trying to make excuses, not trying to say anything was up, but I can honestly say even I was just having a bad day on Tuesday of last week at the Glen. So we look forward to getting things back up and operational here at Las Vegas. An 11 car field. So a lot of guys looking to take advantage of the opportunity of having this short field to really maximize their chances of having a good points day after some guys not having a really good day at the Glen last week. And I just got to tell you, man, before we even get going, they're going racing right now. And I got to tell you, man, after what we saw last week, what I saw from the drivers this week, going over what happened and the camaraderie surrounding everything. I gotta tell you, it's something I've never seen in any league I've been a part of. And it was really something that was beautiful to see. And I can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this league on Tuesdays. This is something I look forward to every single week. Tuesday night is my favorite night of the week because I get to come up into the booth and I get to call a race with these guys. I know the racing isn't up to par with how they want it to be, but I'm telling you what, it's still some of the best I've seen on the game. And now you're getting ready to see it front row center here as the 22 of Mark McAtack will lead him to green and into turn number 1. The 9 taking the high line up there in second. He's going to lose a couple of spots. He misses the corner. There is the 78 of 19 millimeter. Running through to second. The 19 of Cole Trickle up to third. The 9 went from second, lost 2, down to fourth. Here comes the 16 of Jay White. Running. Now looking to take the fourth spot away from the 9. The 9 being kept up high. And now behind the 9, that is the 38 of JRC Indy. He's looking to crack the top 5. And he will run in the bottom. Has not fully cleared the 9 yet, and the 9's going to have the outside momentum. That'll help keep him alongside. We will see how Indy can navigate getting around the 9. Still side by side for 5th. And now the outside is the preferred line as the 9 of Chief is able to keep that 5th spot. And Indy goes side by side with a 99 of Hootie Hoo. Ooh, slight contact that's going to set the 99 up the track. The 38 misses the bottom, gets up into the 99. 38 able to hold on to that 6th spot, and they're 3 wide behind them. Or at least they were going. The 18 elects to back out. The 99 of Hootie Hoo on the 12 of Hoosier. Calamity going on in the back. Like I said, a chance for a lot of drivers to capitalize on a good points day here with a short field, usually a 15, 16 car field. Now 11 as there's more contact. And now here comes the 5 of Team 95. Had a 2nd place finish last week. Has to work his way up from the back, but he's up to 6th. Sorry, 7th. As they are unsettled back here. Oh! The 5 puts a block on the 12. The 12 of Hoosier into the wall. He drops to the tail end. Back to 11th goes the 12 of Hoosier. And the 99 caught up in that as well. And now we are single file, so we go back to the leader, Mark McAtack, with the 78 of 19 and the 19 of Cole Trickle all over him. And let's go over the point situation. So we'll look at the 2 penalized drivers. Garv with his points penalty drops him down to 4th. And he is 113 off of the points leader, Mark McAtack. Ooh, as you see the 19 getting the wall back there, trying to work with the 9. The 9 going to try and slip underneath him and be the lead car behind these 3. And Copenhagen, who was in the top 5 in points, now drops to, what is it? 13th in points. 200 behind the points leader, Mark McAtack. Still has that win. And Garv, unfortunately, does not have a win, but he still sits top 5 in points right now in 4th. So, we'll be looking to see when Copenhagen comes back how he'll be able to claw back some of his points that he missed over his suspension. Garv will be dropping farther into the points, seeing as how he is not running, so I do not expect to see that 15 still in the top 5 once this is over, seeing as how he's only got an 18-point cushion over the 5 of Team 95 and just over 44-point cushion over the 16 of Jay White. As Mark McAtack continues to lead him around, the 19 and the 9 still, or 16 and the 9, sorry, still continuing to fight for that 4th spot. As Chief looks to try and get the inside line to work for him. And he does, and he is through to the 4th spot. There's 16, quick to get to the back bumper of the 9 of Chief. Try and start working together. And everybody, pretty single file. You see the 12 way in the back there. He's starting to lose that draft of the 4 cars ahead of him. As right now we are 12 of 39 complete here in stage 1. 28 laps to go. Now 27. As we see cars coming down, there's a 38 of Indy. And the 12 of Hoosier. He also comes down this time. So we'll see where they fall out. Here comes the 12 to put them a lap down. They'll be able to get their lap back once the leaders all come down. As the 16 and the 9 both come down this time. So green flag pit stops definitely underway here. Now we just wait for these 3 leaders. Gotta wonder if they're all on the same strategy, or if one of these guys is looking to step out on their own and try and make it on their own. But I really think with a track that's as draft needy as this one is, you gotta expect that the top 3 are on the same strategy. You got the 18 of P. Fulton, the 5 Team 95, the 99 of Hootie Hoo, and the 3 of Slingshot back here that still are also yet to pit and aren't doing it this time. Mark McAtack, who's been utterly dominant this season. He's been out front in every race that we've had. Whether or not the luck's been there with him at the end is another thing. Oh, and here we go. Mark McAtack and Cole Trickle come down this time. P. Fulton comes down. The 9 of Chiefs. No, not the 9. Sorry, the 78 of 19 stays out. I was wondering if we were going to see anybody step out on their own. And 19 looking to take matters into his own hands. He's going to try and stay out a lap longer. And now here comes that 78. He's down. Where is the 9 of Chief? He's got 38 behind him. But right now the leader is the 78 still. As we look for the 22. 22 just coming off of pit road. I'm waiting to see once all these other cars come back around who inherits the lead. As right now, it's still being shown as the 78. But here comes the 22. Mark McAtack, the 78, coming off the pit road just now. He has the freshest equipment, but he does not have the lead. It goes back to the 22, Mark McAtack, and with a substantial gap over the 19 of Cole Trickle. That is the 9 of Chief. That is behind him. He's up to the third position. The 78 comes out just in front of the 38 of JRC Indy. After all that, 19 of 39 complete. 21 laps to go here in stage number 1. And the 19 of Cole Trickle is starting to reel in the 22 of Mark McAtack and starting to break away from the 9 behind him. So the battle for this lead is not over yet, not even close. Look at that. The 19 now pulls within a car length of the leader, Mark McAtack. 78 of 19. Just saw him there in the back of the shot. Passes the 9 of Cole Trickle. He's up, or not Cole Trickle. The 9 of Chief. He's up to third. What does this 78 have in him here for the last 19 laps? The 19 of Cole Trickle sticking right with the 22 of Mark McAtack. Well, further on back, the 18 of P. Fulton getting by the 16 of Jay White to take over the 6th position and drop the 16 back to 7th, as we are now coming to 7 laps to go. The 22 and the 19 still right there with each other. We'll see. Sorry, 17 laps to go, not 7 laps to go. Wow. 17 laps to go in stage 1. I do believe these leaders might have to pit one more time. So this stage ain't over yet. I cannot confirm whether or not they can make it to the end. I'm pretty sure they can't. But I've been proven wrong before. But now the 78, as he gaps the 9, now that the leaders are working together, that is not going to be beneficial for this 78 as he tries to run those two down. Side by side would be a lot more ideal for 1-9, but because that they're nose to tail, that'll just keep pushing them farther and farther away from them. And keep the battle solely in their hands. $15 to go when they cross the line. Coming to 14 this time. As you see, the 38, the 99, just getting off of pit road this time. Still begging the question, will we see the leaders come down again? As Mark McAtack and Cole Trickle continue to try and work together and gap the cars that are coming behind them. So I'm waiting for the car that I'm streaming to cross the line, so that way I can get an idea of where we're at. Coming to 12 to go this time by. The 19 has shown that he can keep up with the 22, but keeping up with and passing are two different things, especially at a track like Las Vegas. We look through the field. The 9 of Chief coming down pit road. That leaves the 78 by himself. Looking to see if there are any battles on track. Here's the 38 and the 99. They do battle on track. This would be for position between them. What position it is, I can't tell you, but they're side by side right now. The 16 of Jay White just coming down pit road this time. The Hootie Hoo and Indy side by side into turn 1. Indy with the run on the bottom, he clears. But not yet. The 99 with a run on the outside. The 9 comes up in front of Indy. Cuts off his run, and Hootie Hoo will win that duel. The 2 up front yet to pit. '16 just getting off of pit road right now. 1 lap down. There you see him going into turn 3. Still ahead of this 22. Right now about 10 to go. Coming to 9. And here come the leaders of 22 and the 19. Now we'll look to the 9 of Chief again. We'll ride on with him. This is to get his lap back here. When he comes back around again, it will be for position. So we'll see where the 9 will fare. We go and look at where the 22 and the 19 coming off. The 19 actually wins the race off pit road. Cole Trickle. Now runs in the catbird seat. As we now have about 7 to go. Coming to 6. But the leader right now, the 78 of 19 millimeter. As he is still yet to come down, I believe this is him signaling that he will be coming down, running the bottom. 12 of Hoosier goes by. But the 19 and the 22. This would be for the stage win, I believe, between these two. And there is the 78 of 19. Believe he is the last car that has not pitted yet. Meanwhile, look at the 19 and the 22. Absolutely nose to tail. We are coming to 5 laps to go here at Las Vegas as the 19 goes back around. I believe that was for the race lead. And it was the 19 of Cole Trickle. now your leader at Vegas. Meanwhile, the 38 and the 99 back here with the 78 of 19mm who just rejoins the circuit. Four laps to go. Here for the 19 of Cole Trickle. When will Mark McAtack try and make his move for the stage win? Cole Trickle in a much more needy position for it. Now we come to 2 laps to go. Sorry, 3 to go. This is 3 to go. This time by. And we let the 38 of Indy able to get by the 99 of Hootie Hoo. Two laps to go here at Las Vegas. You see Mark McAtack trying to set the 19 up. Dropping about a car length to get the run with the draft on. Look at the run he's got as they come to the white flag. 1 lap to go here in stage 1. He's looking to the absolute lowest part of the track. Oh, the 19 protecting the bottom. Comes back up to stop the run from Mark McAtack. Oh, little bump going into 3. Cole Trickle, though, will fend off the 22. And Cole Trickle will win stage 1. Mark McAtack will have to settle for second. And it looks like, I gotta wait a minute to see where everybody finished. I can tell you the 16 finishes 7th. And it will be Chief that finishes 3rd. As I'm trying to get the... Chief finishes 3rd. 1-9 4th. P. Fulton rounds out the top 5. Indy 6th. Jay White 7th. And it will be Team 95 in 8th. Slingshot Rod in 9th. Hoosier Boy 10th. And Hootie Hoo will round out the field in 11th. And it was actually Hootie Hoo that was a lap down. He got the free pass. But now we're back under green. This is stage 2. And the 19 with a heck of a jump on the inside. You know our favorite camera. Their rear view. Cole Trickle. And look at Chief. He's up to 2nd now. 1-9 up to 3rd. Mark McAtack from 2nd all the way back to 4th. Pete Fulton in 5th. The 38 of Indy runs 6th. Jay White running 7th still. Back of the field, the 3 of Slingshot. The 5 of Team 95. Battle for the 8th spot. And now for the 9th position, it's Hoosier and Team 95. Ooh, a little bit of contact through the trioval between the 12 and the 5. Now, a battle up front. The 78 takes it to the wall through 1 and 2. But stays side by side with Mark McAtack as they go into 3. Mark just a little better on the bottom that time. He's through to third. Now the 9 of Chief to the inside of the 19. This is for the lead. 34 laps to go here in stage number 2. And look at this. Your second place point sitter runs in the lead. Meanwhile, the guy who sits second, or the guy who sits in first in the points, is battling for second on track. There with the 19 of Cole Trickle. And the 19 will have the run to the outside. But the 22 has been so good on the bottom. Doesn't clear him yet. Does the 78 have anything to help the 22? He does. Move Mark McAtack up to second. 2 mandatory pit stops this stage. So we will be seeing 2 pit stops, preferably under green. This is the 19. Cole Trickle to third. His 19mm drops down to fourth. P. Fulton still sitting there in the 5th spot. Everybody minding themselves here and keeping themselves in this straight line that is 11 cars deep. But the one at the front, the 9 of Chief. Long way to go on this stage. And we will see how these drivers fare. Ooh, contact in the back. The 16 of Jay White. And the 5 of Team 95. Jay White has fallen all the way back to 8th. Missed the bottom there. And just got into the 5. And now the 78 of 19 and the 18 of P. Fulton fight for the 4th spot. And look at this, the 38 of JRC Indy coming through to try and get into the top 5, but he loses the fight and he will stay in 6th. Let's see what some of the drivers had to say coming into this race, knowing that Las Vegas is a track that normally everybody's really looking forward to, such as that 16 of Jay White, who's back here running in the 8th position, where he's just looking for a good run. You have to really try not to get a top 10 finish, but top 5 would be a good day for him today. Looking to roll the dice and let it all hang out. But look at this top 5. You could put a blanket on top. We're riding on here with the 22 of Mark McAtack. Mark McAtack is whose points lead on the field continuing to grow. The battle right now in the points might as well be for second. And as it goes to Mark McAtack as it pertains to Vegas, says it's always been a decent track for him. And the racing has been about as good and tight as he predicted. And looking for another solid run. I'm telling you what, solid run for Mark McAtack is finishing second. So I think anything over that's a good day. Ooh, we got a battle back here between the 5 of Team 95 and the 16 of Jay White. This is for that 8th position. Team 95 not having the race he's wanted so far. Contact made. They keep it off the wall and they keep it going straight. And we will stay under the green flag as the battle up front is heating up. The 22, Mark McAtack, to the outside of Chief. And Mark McAtack back to the lead again at Vegas as the 9 was getting ready to come down pit road. He brings the 38 of Indy and the 12 of Hoosier with him. And this is an interesting scenario. You got 4 cars, so this could really get split up in any way. And here comes the 22. It's not going to get... Oh, the 22's around! Oh, no! Mark McAtack doesn't know which way he's going. He finally gets it going straight down pit road. As I'm listening to the in-car radio right now. As Chief now back on track. Oh, and Mark McAtack downshifted into first gear, accidentally coming onto pit road, and that's what caused that contact between Mark McAtack and I forget who it was that was behind him. But right now, your leader, the 19 of Cole Trickle, back out in front again, but he's got the 9 of Chief all over his bumper, looking to separate these two from the cars that are behind him, but the numbers are what is behind him. 4 cars that could work together to catch these two. Because right now we have it about 19, now 18 laps to go here in stage number 2. Consistency is key in these tracks, and a rare mistake by Mark McAtack has put him near the back of this field. We got Sir Gillian's in the chat. As I totally missed Lap count 17 to go now. Coming to 16 to go here for the 19. 16 laps to go in stage 2. The 9 Chief runs second. The 78 of 19mm running third. There you see the 12 of Hoosier running in the 4th spot. The 38 of JRC Indy in the top 5 for the first time tonight. Pushing P. Fulton, and the 18 runs 6th. As I believe it is the 5 of Team 95 who runs 7th. Hootie Hoo runs 8th. 9th is this 16 of Jay White. 10th is Slingshot in the 3 and Mark McAttack all the way to 11th. And what a hole for your points leader to have to dig himself out of. As the 18 of Fulton, I believe, might have had an issue. And now drops out of the top 5, and the 12 of Hoosier takes the position. And the top 5, a blanket you could put over them. Still one stop left before this stage ends. A mandatory stop. How will these 5 break themselves up to make that stop? That's why you're not seeing too many people fight. Everybody's trying to keep their track position and make life a lot easier when that second stop comes. And there you saw the 22 of Mark McAttack. A car on his own against a car of 5. You got to think that the field licking their chops had a chance to drive past the 22 of Mark McAttack and really wreck his day as the 38 gets loose at a 2, and he'll drop down to the 5th spot and off of the cars he was just running behind, and he will come down pit road this time. 12 of Hoosier up to 4th. I want to say that was the 22 I just saw coming down, and it was Mark McAttack down pit road. The 38 coming down. The 18 just coming off of pit road. The 99, the 5, the 16. The 3 went down this time, or this past time. But the rest of the leaders stay out. They can't afford to do this, seeing as they are all bunched up together, meaning that the time they lose on track will be far less than if they were just running on their own. And look at this, the 19, the 9 and the 12 come down, but 1-9 looking to stretch it a little farther. Will it be a lap or will it be more? We'll see when he goes into turn 3. Do we hear him cut it off a little early? No. 1-9 gonna run his own style today, as we have about 8 laps to go here in stage 2. It's 2 mandatory stops. The 78 has to make one more pit stop before this stage ends. And now that he's all by himself, that time lost on track is going to be far greater. Here comes the 19, the 12, and the 9. The 19 keeps his position. The 12, a great stop on pit road, moves him up. And the 9 loses out on not only a position but time. Look at the distance between the 2 in front. But he's got the 18 behind him to help keep him in the fight. And here comes the 78. 6 laps to go. These for the 78, who is still your race leader. But this, for position, I believe the 19 did just get his lap back, or get the lead. Actually, no, I think he just got his lap back. But we're on 7, coming to 6 to go. There you see the 78 now leaving pit road, but far behind. The 19 of Cole Trickle. Behind the 9, behind the 18. We are now coming to 5 laps to go here in stage 2. The 19 or 18, sorry, starting to lose track to the 3 ahead of them. The 19 sees the 38 in his sights. Can JRC Indy stay on the lead lap? We shall see. I'm going to go with no, seeing as how they closed on him tremendously there into 3. And now also begs the question, where does that move get made for the stage 2 win? Still early in the season. Stage points definitely matter here. We got 4 laps to go. Coming to 3 once they cross the line this time. No, Indy didn't take. Got a question in the chat wondering if Indy took 2 tires. No, he did not, because it shows the 19 in the lead even before they went by him. So Cole Trickle leads them to now 2 laps to go. Here in stage number 2, you see the aggression picking up. Here comes the 9 as the 2 up front of him go wide. The 9, oh, elbows out, but keeps it respectable. The 12 going to run him tight into 3. The 9 able to get through. Chief looking for the stage win. White flag, 1 to go in stage 2. We're going to run with the 9 as he's going to take a shot at the 19 at least once before this stage is over. But right now, running behind. Does the 9 have anything for him, or did running into the wall lose him too much time? I believe it did. It'll be Cole Trickle winning stage 2. The 9 comes through second of Chief. The 12 of Hoosier will finish in the 3rd position. And I want to say it's the 78 that will finish 4th, and the 18 that will, no, it's the 78 that finishes 5th. The 18 6th. Who finished 4th? Was it the 38 of Indy? It was. It was the 38 of JRC Indy. 7th will be Jay White. Hootie Hoo 8th. Team 95. 9th. 10th will be Slingshot Mark McAttack. will stay on the lead lap, and he will be in 11th. I'm going back here a little bit. It what? So no, JRC Indy did do a 2-tire stop. So we did do 2. I didn't go back far enough in the replay or on the stream to see that he was leading with 4 to go. So JRC Indy was and is still on the lead lap. And now he runs 4th, and we are green flag here. This is for the win. And 52 laps to go. Ooh. See the 12 getting loose behind him. He's in the wall. We run back in the hornet's nest. Oh, my goodness. Side by side for 3rd is the 78 of 19 and the 12 of Hoosier. Meanwhile, the 19 and the 9 break away. I have no idea how many mandatory pit stops there are in this stage. But now we get to watch the 22 work his way up through the field. He's already up 1 spot on the 3. He's looking to get up another one from the 18. And the 12 of Hoosier wins the battle and moves the 12 up to 3rd. 78 down to 4th. Here comes Jay White in the top 5. But look out, here comes Indy, and he misses turn 1. Indy to 5th. Hootie Hoo into 6th. Side by side for 7th with the 5. And it will be Team 95 that takes over 7th. Here comes the 78 of 19 with some help from Indy to the inside. 19 to 3rd. Indy to 4th. Hoosier trapped on the outside as the 99 of Hootie Hoo goes in to his inside. Trying to take away that 5th position. The 12 quick to shut the bottom down. Meanwhile, the 5 of Team 95 to the outside of the 99 for the 7th position, or 6th position. Mark McAttack now up to 7th, and the 5 down to 8th. So Mark already up 4 spots since the green flag dropped. And look at the gap these 2 up front have. Look at this 38 of Indy. And 19 doing side-by-side battling for 3rd. And look at the 38 hold his own on the outside. Has the run even though clipping the wall at a 2. And look out, here comes the yellow 22. Passes the 12, passes the 38. Mark McAttack back up to 4th. 3 wide behind him. The 38, the 12, the 18. Oh, the 18. Evasive maneuvers all the way to the paint. 38 of Indy. Holds off the 12. Oh, the 18 gets squirrely off of 4. And the 22 of Mark McAttack all the way up to 3rd now. He started back where the 3 was, but now finds himself back inside the top 3. We have 45 laps to go, coming to 44 when the 9 crosses the line. Again, still have no idea how many mandatory pit stops we have in this stage, but you'll find out about the same time I do. How will these guys try and close this gap. Right now it's a car group of 3 against a group of 2 that you see out front. We'll see which is the better pairing. Look at this, everybody's staying single file and everybody's staying together for the most part. Bit of gapping in between the drivers after that 5 of Team 95, but everybody keeping it relatively together as 19 and Mark McAtack and Team 95 try and get themselves back to that 19 and 9. And now you see, though, the gap between second and third starting to close down as we are now at 40 laps to go. And I want to say it'll be about 2, maybe 3 pit stops they're going to need to make here in this stage in order to make it to the end. But that gap is definitely shrinking. The power of 3 is better than the power of 2. Gotta wonder when the draft may come into play. Nope, I was gonna press the wrong button right there. The 19 and the 22 are doing a better job working together than the 19 and the 9 have been. You see just how much that gap continues to close lap after lap. We'll be seeing these guys come down in about the next 5 laps. We should 3 to 4, maybe 5. I believe that just said we have 38 laps to go now, coming to 39 or 37 laps to go. Sorry. Right now, race chatter is just a dead silent. Everybody focused on what they need to do. And look at this, the 22 and the 78 have caught the front 2. Now it is a group of 4. Should be seeing them come in the next lap or 2, maybe 3. 30. I think it's going to be the next lap or 2 that we see them. About 36 laps to go. And here comes the 9 and the 19. Putting Mark McAtack back up front. And look at this. Everybody else in their mother decided to come down. Only the 22 of Mark, the 78 of 19, and the 5 of Team 95, the only cars on track. Ooh, reports of the 22 just barely making it to pit road as he was sputtering down the back stretch. And while these guys are all on pit road, we'll take you on to the 9 and let you listen to him running it up through the gears, trying to get himself back near the leaders. Press the run button there. Right now the 9 still being shown as your race leader. There is the 22 and the 78. Look at all the time they lost to the 9 of Chief. Still one more stop need to be made here in stage number 3 before they can make it to the end. Right now, actually, it's pretty incredible that the 9 was able to gap the 19 the way he did. But we'll be able to see just how quick that all these cars behind those two will be able to catch back up to them, as they are severely spread out, and 1-9 is all over the back of Mark McAttack. It felt tacky to say, honestly. But right now you do see that gap is really starting to close down. Meanwhile, in the back here, you got the 18 and the 12 working together to try and pick up a couple of cars in this group here. Or at least just try and keep themselves with this group. But the 22 starting to close down on the 19 of Cole Trickle. Then you see in the back there the 12 of Hoosier going around the 18. Some cars aren't meant to be the lead cars in a tandem. These two looking to switch it up and see if having the 12 car be the lead car is the key to their success. Just have a single car, the 5 of Team 95 in front of him. He runs in 5th. These two in 6th and 7th. And you see now Mark McAttack is definitely in the draft of that 19 of Cole Trickle. You got to think he will not be trying to pass him quite yet. It's way too early to be trying to make desperate moves like that. As the drivers pass the line, 22 peaking high. He's going to get back to the bottom here and collect the 19 and form his little 3-car conga line. As we look to get a lap count here, we're coming to 26 laps to go. So there will need to be one more stop for these drivers to be able to make it to the finish. Won't see him for another handful of laps. Potentially about the next 9-8 laps. Now as we are going to turn 3, 26 to go, coming now to 25 as the 9 crosses the line. Now you got back here the 18, the 12, and now the 5. A group of 3. But the numbers don't add up as to how they'll be able to catch up to that group of 4 that's ahead of them. Meanwhile, the 19 peek into the bottom of Chief. Chief drives wide. Side by side for the lead is the 9 and the 19, but the 22 gonna fight back to the outside, and Mark McAttack is gonna be through to the second position, but he takes it wide. Shuts the door on the 19 a trickle before he can use any run he may or may not have had coming out of turn 2, and he will hold on to second, the 19 to third, the 78 of 19 running in that 4th spot. In 5th, you got the 5 of Team 95, that 12 car of Hoosier Boy, and the 18 of Pushin' P. Fulton. He runs 6th. As we got the 38 coming down this time. '16 running 8th. Well, Hootie who runs 9th. 3 of Slingshot Rob runs, I can only assume, to be 10th. As 38 now his pitch is in 11th. But this group of 4 is really starting to break away from that group of 3. That just missed the lap count again. 21 laps to go is where we are as they cross the line. So maybe we'll see them in about the next 3 or 4. And this 9 of Chief is more than happy to let everybody run behind him. 16 is down on pit road. The 78 of 19 also coming down. The 99 of Hootie Hoo, he comes down as well. Slingshot Rodeo coming down. These drivers have been able to run so well up here at the front, able to hold the bottom. Oh, the 9's around! The 22's around! Oh, goodness! The battle for the lead! All right, some miscommunication on that one between the 22 and the 9. And in this league, there are no manual cautions. If the end game doesn't throw the yellow, then we're green. So Mark McAttack and Chief, who have been the two of the best cars all day, in a severe hole right now. Still needing to make that last pit stop. The 9 was looking to come down, made the call on the backstretch, and just a miscue there with the 22. And now I gotta figure out who the hell the leader is. Is it saying it's the 22 of Mark McIntyre who sits on pit road currently? Here's the 9 also involved in that incident. But we know for a fact that that 22 will not be the leader. It is the 78 of 19 millimeter who runs in the lead with 16 coming to 15 laps to go. And I believe he already made his last green flag stop. The 19 behind him runs in the second spot. And judging by where the 19 is currently at, would definitely mean that this 78 made his green flag pit stop, and he is good to go to the finish, as we got 15 and now 14 laps to go here in Las Vegas. What a shakeup. There you see the 22 just ahead of the leader, the 78. A car that's been dominant all day now will not get the points finish he needed or wanted coming into this race today. A miscue going on to pit road for him. A spin going on to pit road. And someone who is usually prides himself on being better at those parts of the race, it's where it bites him. 12 laps to go here for this 78 of 19 millimeter. The 16 coming down again. Some of these guys need to come down one more time. The 3 going down pit road. You see him cut to the bottom. 78 able to go up high. The 19 still has not done much to reel in this 78. We will see if these guys can in fact make it to the end. And no, they cannot. Here comes the 78 and the 19. What a job on entry by the 19. Closed the gap by about half to the 78 of 19. There's the 18 of P. Fulton coming down. No word on any pitting penalty. I was going to listen to see if anybody called out a speeding penalty just based on how much ground the 19 closed up, but it was just because the 78 slowed up that much, and that allowed the 19 to get right up close to him, or at least closer. There's a car coming off the pit road. I think it was the 99. Was not. 19 is out. There's the 38 behind him. Right now the leader is the 12 of Hoosier Boy, who has not made his stop yet. As we have 10 laps to go. Now 9. Coming to 8, and there is the 12 coming down pit road. We'll look to see, once he comes down, who takes the race lead. And then we'll jump to that driver. But that's the problem, is I gotta wait. And I don't want to wait. Team 95, we know, runs in the top 5, just ahead of Jay White and P. Fulton. Right now, drivers trying to get their lap back. The 12 still being shown as your leader. One of the cars that's going by him will be effectively taking the race lead from him. There's the 19. Is it the 19 of Cole Trickle? It is the 19. What happened to the 78? He's a full quarter lap behind the 19. I think the 19 just did fuel only. But Cole Trickle with the lead. He won in stage 2. My brain is failing me and is not remembering if he won stage 1. But we have 5 laps to go here for the 19. And the 12 of Hoosier runs in the 2nd position. I'm guessing. But Hootie Hoo drops to 5th as the 5 gets by. And the 5 takes over the 4th position. So we're going to try and work our way up here. I think that's a 78 that's just ahead of him, and it is. It is. So the 78 runs in 3rd, the 12 runs 2nd, and the 19 is your leader. So there we go. Power of elimination. We figured it out. As now the 19 will come around and get, I want to say 3 to go. 3 to go. Almost didn't think I was going to see the to go. The 19 comes around. This will be for 2 laps remaining. We look for a battle on track, and there ain't none. So that just means we go back to the leader. The 19 of Cole Trickle on 2 laps to go. Now a lap and a half as he goes out of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Now coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Here for the 19 of Cole Trickle. He's just got to make it around to the other side. P. Fulton able to get by the 99 of Hootie Hoo. He moves up into the top 5. But right now, all eyes are on this man in the 19. Bass Pro Shop Toyota. Cole Trickle comes out of turn 4. And he will win at Las Vegas. The 12 Hoosier 2nd. 78 of 19 finishes in the 3rd spot. The 5 of Team 95 will finish in 4th. P. Fulton rounds out your top 5. Hootie Hoo 6th. Jay White on his stream coming across the line to take 7th. 8th, Mark McAttack. 9th, Chief JRC. Andy will round out your top 10. And the 3 of Slingshot Rodeo will round out the field. What a day at Las Vegas, especially for Cole Trickle. An amazing points day here for the 19 as he sits. I should have already been pulling this up. As he sits currently, pulling up the points right now to see, he sits 3rd and 41 points behind Chief, who runs 2nd. So this will be very interesting to see, seeing as how he had the stage win and the race win. I want to say it was stage wins, but we get to talk to him after the race, so we'll be able to clarify that when we get him up here into the booth. Right now, it's just waiting on getting him up here into the booth. And while we wait, we're going to look for some funny names here in the lobby select page. Like Blonde Tip. Give a shout out to Blonde Tip running a Cup Series race at Dover. Slap Mode running a race at Talladega. Roadrunner, beep beep. Oh, here's a driver for any of you guys who follow me know. Field Filler running a Bristol race right now. As Mark McAttack joins us after we just got done finding funny names in the in the lobby list. As all the streams have now cut off. So that just means I pull mine out. Mark McAttack gonna get everybody up here.
Yep, I had my mic muted. There we go. Sorry about that.
Hey,
yep,
I was gonna say.
Awkward silence. Sorry about that. Had, I think, the worst race of my career ever in the league.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I mean, Pit Road was definitely not your friend today.
No. And that last pit stop, I didn't hear Chief call out his pits, and I got into him, and I feel bad. So I might be giving myself a points deduction for that, but I'll have to go back and look at it. But no, it was not my friend. That's for sure. All right, we're just waiting on Cole. There he is. All right, there you go.
Top everybody's here?
Yep. Okay, I'll make sure real quick. Do you remember how to do it?
Yep, done.
Hey, I didn't turn mine off, so hopefully mine stays the same.
Yeah, no, I hear everybody. So 1-9 finished 3rd, correct? I can't believe that I have to ask that, but
Yep.
All right.
Second,
Cool. So let me just find the car number here real quick. There's too many car numbers in this damn game. There it is. So 1-9, you got your ears on?
Yep.
So I get to talk to you again. I was asking you if I was going to get to talk to you again. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before when you got another top 3 finish. But walk me through this one, man. What got this 78 up here inside in a podium finish?
Yeah, once again, thanks, Mark. Great league, great bunch of guys, good racing. First stage, screwed up, want to pit and lap longer. I was trying to keep away, so I didn't touch nobody pitting. Good car, just you had to keep in a draft or you weren't going to catch. And coming into stage 3, I just wanted to focus on top 5, and things happened. The seas parted, and I was sitting in the catbird seat for the last pit stop, second and a half ahead of Cole, and my tires were, if I did the math, I was going to be right at about 5% at the end of the race if I didn't push it, if I didn't take tires. So I said, you know what? I've been bit so many times, I'm taking 4. Well, wrong answer. I couldn't. I got it from, I don't know, 8 seconds down to 4, but great strategy there. Just had a good car, good racing. I appreciate you guys, and good win, Cole. And Hoosier, you recovered from some challenges during the race. Great finish. And on to next week.
Yeah, and I know that you had your struggles in this race when it comes to strategy. Besides that 4 tire stop that you just mentioned, was there really any other point in this race where you think that if you did it a little bit differently, that it could have had a different outcome for you that probably would have been more to your favor?
Yeah, I should have just not taken the tires and let us battle it out up there. See, but if we were battling, I'm afraid I'd have burned them tires down. And to me, I just didn't want to. I don't know. Hindsight's 2020. I should have taken none and just let her rip. But it's okay. Top 3. I'm happy with a win, then a 5th place at the Glen last week, and now 3rd here. I missed 2 races this year, so I'm trying to recover. I'm in recovery mode right now.
Well, I tell you what, if you keep coming up here in the booth, that means you're doing pretty damn well. So I want to congratulate you on your 3rd place finish, and we'll see you next week at the Roval.
Thanks.
And that will move us to the number 12, if I can find it. There it is, the number 12 of Hoosier Boy.
Hey, what's up, Walbert? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, we're doing all right. I love it when we get to talk to each other after the race.
I do too. Let's make this a thing.
I know that we usually talk our smack, and you love it when we do because that usually puts a fire under you. What put the fire under you to have the kind? Because like 19 said, you did not have the race you wanted to have earlier on, and you were playing catch up pretty much the entire race. What was it that you were able to do that was able to get this 12 car back up to the front and get you the podium finish?
Well, I would say the thing that lit the fire was stage 1. It's the people making mistakes, not getting caught up in it, and people putting cars in situations that it's way too early to be doing that. So I just I got shuffled to the back. I made my way back up to like 5th, and then somebody gets in the wall and it damages my car. Honestly, what it was pit stops. It was getting into the pits. I was getting in the pits quick, and I was getting into them clean and getting off, and I was able to jump so many. I think I passed more cars in the pits than I did on the track today. I think that was probably the biggest thing, and I was trying to pit out of sequence, and then when I was going into the pits, I was making sure I was pitting where there was nobody right behind me, so I didn't have to worry about staying out of their way and them trying not to impede me. So I think the pits, I had probably some of the best pit stops I've ever had getting in.
The Wallbridge?
Yeah, I was like,
I think his mic
he's
Yeah,
muted.
my mic was muted. I was going to say Pit Road was definitely your friend more than it was to others that were in this race tonight. Mike.
Yeah.
Hey.
I didn't say. I was coughing. I didn't say nothing. But I know that we got. I know that we got the.
Human.
What's that song? I'm only human after all.
I was gonna say. I know we got the Charlotte Roval. Is that a track that you could see potentially having another good finish at next week?
Is it the Roval or the Oval?
Oh, it's the Oval.
Oval. Okay. Yeah, don't scare me like that. I don't know if I'm ready for that one yet. That's
Oh man, that means it's gonna be a long one.
Yeah, it's gonna be the long one. It's gonna be the longest race. It's a 3-stage or a 4-stager technically. It track is really it's a 1.5 mile track. I mean, I think I have a good car. I had a really good car today. I just got caught up in a bunch of stuff, and I had to do some other things to try and get caught back up. And towards the end of stage 2, I caught back up to Chief and Cole, and actually was like, if that was the last stage and coming down to the end, I probably wouldn't have backed out of it. And I told Cole this during the race, but I knew I had a car to be up there, and I should have been up there. I just had too much things to recover from, and hell of a win for Cole, and his first one. That's awesome. Heck, it was a clean sweep. He took all stages in and the final. So, I mean, hell of a win, Cole. I won 9. I love racing with this guy. It's a new guy to the league, and there's a bunch of fast cars in here, and I just had to make up so much on some other things that it just put me out of being able to challenge for the win. And that final pit stop, I just took a splash of fuel and got back out there. Thankfully, 1-9 took some tires and gave me second, but I went from 5th to second on that final stop. So I rolled the dice and it worked.
Well, it definitely got you not right where you want to be, but in a pretty good position in second. Definitely a really good points day you had today, and we want to congratulate you on a second place finish and wish you good luck next week at Charlotte.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm glad it's not the Roval, so we can wait to talk trash about that one. But I want to say, Walbridge, I want to say thank you again, man. Your commentary is legendary, and Mark, great league, and 1-9, good third place finish, and once again, Cole, good win, buddy.
Bud. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
And that is your second place finisher, the 12 of Hoosier, and now we go to the man who took the broom to this race and swept it. All stages and the win, the 19 of Cole Trickle.
Hey, Walbridge, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, bud? I want you to walk me through this one, man. What happened to you? Swept the stages and your first win.
Yeah. Man, it's just consistency. I had really good pit stops. I was running with Mark for a long time, and Mark and Chief. Unfortunate that pit road accident happened. It could have turned out a lot different for me, but I made it through with just a little bit of nose damage. I didn't fix the nose damage on that next to the last pit stop. I went ahead and rode with it. Then the last pit stop, I just came in and fixed damage. I didn't need tires or fuel, so I was able to come out and had a pretty good lead coming out. But yeah, man, you just got to stay in the draft here. If you get out of the draft, you can just forget it. We got a lot of good talent here. Mark runs a hell of a league. Congrats to my bidet brother, Hoosier, for a second place. And, yeah, it was just good pit stops. Staying in the draft was key. And, I was honestly just hoping to come out of here with a top 5 with the talent we have. I just ran a pretty good race. I'm really happy with myself. I'm sweating like a church in whore right now. A whore at church. But because I was definitely focused this whole race. I needed it. I got beat by Chief last week for a podium finish, and so I was just trying to stay with Mark and the fast guys, and it worked out for me this week.
I was going to say consistency has definitely been your key right now. As you said before, coming into this race, you sat third in points. That'll obviously change now that it could change now that you had the race that you did. And I know that we're going into Charlotte. Does this kind of give you a little bit of momentum and to kind of try and keep that consistency going, knowing that next week is the longest race of the season, and that'll definitely play a factor into it?
Man, I hope so. Charlotte's not been a very good track for me. Honestly, I'll be happy with the top 5. But yeah, Charlotte's one of those tracks I just can't ever seem to get into a good groove there. Don't know what it is. Usually, tracks of that size I do pretty well on. But yeah, Charlotte's its own track, man. I just can't seem to figure it out, but I'll definitely work on it.
All right, well, we can't wait to see what happens after you do work on it, especially after you worked on it this week and just swept the damn stages and the race. So that'll definitely be something we keep our eyes on. But right now, we'll let you go so you can celebrate that first win, buddy.
Thank you, Walbridge. Appreciate it. Mark, thank you. Hoosier won. Great race.
Yes, sir. Good win.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, as we would say, maybe we're gonna make this a thing.
That's right.
That's a 1 and
Do
2
it.
clean,
That's right.
clean
The
sweep.
Dave
1 and
Brothers,
2.
that's right.
I'll
The Dave
take
Brothers,
third all
that's
day.
it.
Clean sweep and clean ass.
Yeah, that's a clean 1 and 2.
Oh, Jesus, I need more of that. All right, but that will do it for us here tonight. Want to thank everybody that tuned in to the race to watch as we had one hell of a thriller of calamity and shenanigans again, but this time it comes out with a clean sweep for the 19. And that will do it for us here. We'll see you guys next week at the Charlotte Oval, not the Roval, because I can't read. And we will see you guys next week, Tuesday at 9 p.m. Be there, be square. Good night, everybody.